Sure that you're clear about what's your negatives and your positives. Since you're using pencils, a lot of the times I would draw a plus sign for a positive and a minus sign for a negative, okay? So here, my blue represents my positive, my reds represent my negative. So the first one I already did with you. You start out with 7 positives, you take away 6 positives, you're left with
1.
1. Okay, so if you get something wrong, make sure you change it. On number 2, you start off with 5 positives, and I need to take away 3 negatives. Do you have any 3 negatives to take away?
No.
Okay, so I added 3 0 pairs. Do I have 3 negatives to take away now?
Yes.
So when I take away my negatives, I'm left with
8.
8 positives. So my answer is 8.
Wow, this is
Okay. On number 3, I start off with 6 positives. I need to take away 2 negatives. Do I have 2 negatives to take away?
No.
So I added 2 0 pairs. I took away my 2 negatives, and I got
8.
8.
Again.
Okay. On number 4, I had 5 positives. I needed to take away 8 positives. Did I have enough?
No.
So how many 0 pairs did you add?
8.
You could add 8, but you only need to add 3. Because I'll show you. So I need to take away 8 positives, right? So I added 3 0 pairs. Now if I take away, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positives that I started with, plus the 3 that I added. I take away 8 of them, I'm left with what? 3 negatives, or negative 3. If you were to add 8 0 pairs, so if you added 8 0 pairs, you would have taken away 8 of the positives, right? And then you'd have a bunch of 0 pairs left over. So this makes a 0 pair, 0 pair, 0 pair. So I can get rid of those, and I'd still only be left with 3 negatives.
I don't get
Okay.
what.
I already knew the answer to that, so that's how
You
I
can do it different ways. Whichever way you used to solve, did you get negative 3?
No, I got 13.
Okay.
Oh!
So AJ, what did you do?
So I did the 5 positives, then I did the 8.
But how
0
did you get
pairs?
the negatives?
Okay, so let's start there. So AJ had 5 positives to start with. He added 8 0 pairs. Yep, that's fine. Did I add 9? I don't know how many I added. It'll get out the same though. Okay, so now I need to take away how many positives, AJ? So we're getting. So it says 5 take away 8 positives. So if I get rid of 8 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got rid of those ones.
How many of them?
So now, don't I have some 0 pairs?
Yeah.
Like right here, 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 here,
No way, you.
and that one's already gone.
Whoa.
So I'd be left with what?
Negative 3.
I have 1, 2, 3 negatives still.
Oh.
So I get negative 3.
Okay.
Blaze?
This doesn't make sense to me because I just got all that from immediately.
You just what?
I just got immediately all 6 of them.
Did you do what I was doing as I did them?
Yes, I still don't understand.
Okay, so did you work with your partner? Okay, were you supposed to? Okay, so the reason why I have you work with partners is so that you guys can help each other out.
Cheese fries.
Yes, AJ?
So with that, the negative 3 one is the reason it's like that is because the
5, we have 7 negatives, and I need to take away 2 of them. Do I have 2 negatives to take away?
Yes.
So I just take them away, and I erased it. What did you end up getting?
5.
5, right? Take away 2 of them, I end up with negative 5.
I made sense.
Negative 5. Okay, on number 6, you start with 7 negatives. I need to take away 3 positives. Do I have 3 positives to take away?
No.
No.
Okay, so I added 3 0 pairs. I can now take away my 3 positives, and I end up with
10.
10 what?
Negative 10.
10 negatives or negative 10. Blaze, are you good on those ones?
Yes.
Okay. So then question exercise 2 and 3. So we started with positive counters on number 2 and 3. What did we have to do to be able to take away negatives? Say it. We didn't add 3 positives, we added... Okay, so you have to add 0 pairs. So you should write that down on number 7. Add 0 pairs.
I did that.
After we added our 0 pairs, we took away our negatives. And so we were left with what? Positives. So your net effect is you're left with positives. I hope you're writing that down on number 8, Riley and Levi. Or Cole and Levi.
Oh, I'm Riley now? How do you get us mixed up? Sorry, I'm not.
I don't know. You're wearing the
Well,
same
he don't
sweatshirt.
wear-
You're wearing similar sweatshirts in my defense.
He don't even wear glasses.
You're both wearing gray sweatpants.
And he don't even wear glasses. I could have worn my fake glasses.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Number 8. Refer to exercise 4. How can you remove a greater number of positives from a smaller number of positives? So here, we had 5 positives, but we needed to take away 8 of them. So what did we have to do?
You add 0 pairs.
Add 0 pairs. And then what was our, and then we took away our positives and we were left with,
Negative.
so the net effect is you're left with negatives.
It doesn't ask for that.
Yes, it does. Number 8.
I think I understand.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't? Okay, well you can still note that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're left with,
And take away positives, right?
yep, take away positives and you're left with negatives. So now the real hard part starts.
Oh,
Is this a harder part?
great. It's a joke, isn't it? It's a joke.
So, on the first example on the chart on the next page, you start with 3 negatives. So I have 1, 2, 3 negatives. And I need to take away a positive. Do I have a positive to take away?
No.
So I'm going to,
Add the 0 thing.
I'm going to add a 0 pair. When I add my 0 pair, I end up taking away my positive, right? So I really ended up taking -3 and doing what? Adding one more negative. So -3 plus a -1 is the same thing as -3 take away 1.
What?
Yeah, because it's
This
the same
gave
thing.
me the same thing, right?
Yeah.
If I had 3 negatives and I added one more negative, I get the same answer, correct?
Yes. Yeah. And -3 plus 1, -3 plus
Oh
negative
yeah,
negative
because
3
you
plus
don't.
1.
You have -3. You don't have
Okay. So on the next one, I'm going to help you out with the next one. We start with 2 negatives. And I need to take away 9 positives, so I'm going to end up,
adding the 9 0 pair.
do I need to add 9?
No, you only have to add 7.
I'm taking away positives, so I need 9 positives. So I will, it was a trick question, I'm sorry.
Oh, so I was right.
Yes.
Haha.
Oh.
So I'm going to end up adding 9 0 pairs. But then I take away my positives, so what did I really end up doing?
You
Just
just
add
added.
it.
Adding 9,
Plus whatever the other
adding 9 negatives, right? So -2 take away 9 positives is the same thing as what?
-2 plus -9.
-2 plus a -9.
So.
So I circle that answer.
Oh.
Place?
Figured out where I got confused.
Okay.
It was when it's with the 0 pairs.
Okay.
Because I don't understand how you can take away any positives or negatives from 0 pairs.
Well, you added those 0 pairs, right? So now you have positives to take away because you added negatives and positives at the same time. Okay, so do the next one with me. Draw it out if you need to.
I did the next one.
So we have 8 negatives to start with.
What?
We need to take away 4 positives. Blaze, do I have any positives to take away? Yes.
No.
Okay, so this is why I'm adding, if I add 4 negatives and 4 positives, that gives me 0, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's called 0 pairs. So I'm going to add 4 0 pairs. So, Blaze, the reason why I did that is because now do I have positives to take away?
Yeah.
So now I can take away those 4 positives, and I'm left with a lot more negatives, right?
I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
So when taking away those 4 positives, I actually ended up adding what? And how many more? So if we had -8 subtract 4, that's the same thing as -8 and adding 4 negatives, right? Because that's what I ended up doing. Okay. Finish the chart 11 through 14. Come up with a rule on number 15. Then do 16, 17, and 18. And then you also need to do on page 210, number 31 through 38. This is not the 0 pairs.
Oh.
Okay? This is a review. Okay?
Wait,
So finish page 214, and then also do page 210, number 31 through 38.
So page
Some of these questions should take you like 5 seconds. It's not a
so
lot.
page 210 is homework.
Yes, all of that is homework.